In the Riverside County Probation Department, we have a diversion program called the Youth Accountability Team. In our county, our diversion program works with at-risk kids. Riverside County Probation is the lead agency, and it's also a collaboration between Riverside County Sheriff's Department, Riverside County District Attorney's Office, and then local community partners. The Desert Strength Academy is a project that our youth accountability teams do, so it's something that we work on throughout the year. The Desert Strength Academy has kind of two facets to it. There's the one that involves the kids, the minors that are attending as cadets and peer leaders, and then we also have a separate parenting academy that takes place before camp. Camp staff are probation officers, they're also law enforcement officers, they're counselors from our agencies that we collaborate with, DAs, DA paralegals. It's kind of a variety of people, so it's great because we've got a bunch of different perspectives with a bunch of different people, different strengths, and so I think when that all comes together, it really makes for a successful camp. In the structure of the camp, we have small groups that are established. So instead of just having a big camp with a bunch of kids and then a bunch of people supervising them, we have small groups. And each small group gets to come up with their own mascot, they have their own identity, they have their own defined staff member that's assigned to them, they have their own peer leader, sometimes two, that's assigned to them, and so they're able to kind of form a cohesive unit, a team. And a lot of times these kids, they're not in team sports, they're not used to working with other people, they're not used to that structure, and it finally, we're able to kind of teach them how it's important to make sure that you don't let your teammates down. The youth part of our program involves, on the very first day, we call it like the induction day. They come, they're assigned uniforms, so it kind of takes them out of themselves a little bit. They change into their uniform, we feed them breakfast. We do, the first hour of each day is PT, running, team sports, warming up, and then we do programming blocks each day, and our programming is geared towards providing the kids knowledge and interactive activities and team activities, things like that, that are built around the 40 developmental assets developed by the Search Institute. Betty Ford Center does a program for us that's positive family communication. And then our parenting academy, in that we try to teach the parents about gangs, about drugs, about juveniles and the law. So we try to give the parents as much information as we can in about a 3-hour setting. And then really the main goal of our parenting academy is to get them excited about being better parents and funnel them into our parent project classes, which are 10-week parenting courses that we teach in our program. We get feedback from kids about our camp in a couple of different ways. Because our youth accountability teams are on the school sites, on a regular basis, our probation officers at the school sites hear from the kids that have participated in camp, ask when the next camp is going to be, ask if they can come back as peer leaders. We also do pre and post surveys on the developmental assets, and then we also ask on the beginning, what do you think you'll learn at camp? And then on the end, what did you learn at camp? The feedback from those kind of answers are that the kids are learning about drugs, they're learning about gangs, they're learning to care more about themselves than the others around them. They're learning like really what respect means and how you're supposed to show respect to other people, because a lot of these kids, they don't get any respect from their parents, from family members, from the school, and so we try and teach them that concept and how to interact with adults in a positive way. Our overall youth accountability team success rate is about 85%. We have 85% of the kids that come through our program end up not reoffending. When we do those recidivism rates with our kids that have attended camp, it's around 90% end up not going on to reoffend. So it looks like we have a slightly higher than the program average of kids that end up staying out of trouble long term. Unprecedented collaboration, I think, is our biggest reward from having this program. We have community agencies coming out of the woodworks that want to be involved in our camp. We have law enforcement agencies that are happy to provide support to our camp. It obviously helps during camp, but throughout the whole rest of the year, because we've built those personal relationships with them. Parents also tell us repeatedly that their kids are changed at the end of camp, and by their participation in their parenting academies, they also come away with a lot more information. Obviously, receiving the Challenge Award from CSAC is a huge honor for our department. I think it validates that our program is something innovative, is something that maybe other counties might want to model. And it's so exciting to see that maybe it's not just all that work in building this program won't be limited to Riverside County. the information is getting out, and maybe it'll expand and be able to help a lot more kids in a lot more areas.